Well, guys, with the storms that rode through the area yesterday and hearing news of water damage in several areas, we thought we'd talk a little today about the South Carolina law requiring home sellers to disclose damage from water, leaky roofs, and even when your HVAC was installed. Now, if you're selling your house, Clay Vassey says, remember the golden rule. What do you mean?
The golden rule, this is what a property disclosure looks like. You're talking 4 to 5 pages of information that you need to be honest about. And the golden rule, do
unto others.
Yeah, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Sure.
So in this case, when you look over one of these, you're going to want to make sure that everything is in order. Mm-hmm. Okay, so as we flip through these and you fill these out, you want to make sure that you're telling absolutely the positive truth on all the paperwork that you put together for this property disclosure.
And that's a state law that requires you to go through and just some things on here. Obviously, you're talking about the roof. You're talking about any damage that if there's anything wrong that you've seen.
That's exactly right. So you're talking about when you put the roof on, when you put the HVAC on, how many times you've done repairs of the house. So if you've done modifications, added rooms, a lot of do-it-yourself projects are out there right now. Those types of things have to be disclosed, especially if you didn't pull permits on them.
Now let me ask you this. So if I get this, if you're selling me your house and you hand me the disclosure, I don't need to get inspected then, right? Because I've got my...
you need inspections. Absolutely get inspections. Inspections are the most important part of the buying process.
Okay.
The reason is you want to know everything you can know about that property that may or may not be listed on this disclosure. So you're going to get a home inspector to come out. And in fact, I had a home inspector that found a light bulb out on a back door doorbell.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's a good inspector.
That's incredible. Yeah.
That's some detail.
So went through the entire house. We found a couple little things, but that doorbell really shocked me. What they're trained to do is find water damage, maybe mold. They're not trained to remediate that. And in fact, a home inspector's job is not to fix those items, and they can't by law. All they can do is tell you about
just say, hey, this is a problem.
That's exactly
right. And that at least allows you, if you're going to buy a house, at least you go in knowing, hey, that little light on the doorbell is out. You can decide whether or not you want to buy the house or negotiate a better price.
That's right. And unfortunately, it's getting to where people are trying to use that inspection as a negotiation tool, where really it's just to decide whether or not you want to purchase the home.
Sure. What about this? And I heard this theory that if someone died in the house, you have to disclose that.
Sure, we all want that to be the case, but unfortunately it's not. You do not have to disclose if someone passed away on the property, no matter the degree of death.
Okay. Oh, you mean like a suicide, a homicide, or just old age, or what natural
Correct.
causes?
Now there are websites you can find that information out, but you do not have to disclose that.
Okay, so that's nothing. So we wouldn't necessarily, if it's not on here, it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody passed away inside a house you're going to buy.
That's correct. That's absolutely right.
All right. Interesting. And the state law says you must fill this out and you must be honest.
That's exactly right.
What if you're not? Can you ever get caught not being honest?
You can get caught not being honest, and that's why you do the home inspections.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely can. Now, if you do get caught not being honest, I hate to say this, it's a slap on the hand unless the buyer decides to move forward on any kind of issues that they may run across. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Clay Vassey, Coldwell Banker, and clayvassey.com. Great stuff. The American dream, of course, home ownership, in this case, home sellership. Be honest with your home disclosure form if you're selling. Great stuff.
Absolutely.
We'll put more details for you at abccolumbia.com, a sample disclosure and why it's so important to make sure you disclose and be honest when you're trying to sell your house. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Stay with us. We are coming back. We've got a very special guest in the house. Speaking of lights, I wonder if his doorbell light is working. Hello, Mason.